The city was a graveyard of fire and ash. Under a sky choked black with smoke, Aiko moved like a ghost through the skeletal remains of what was once a thriving metropolis. The air was thick with the smell of char and sorrow. Golden cracks, like veins of captured sunlight, pulsed with the soft light across her porcelain skin. She was a relic of a forgotten age, a guardian in a world that had forgotten its gods. Near the skeletal remains of a grand temple, its pillars now just broken teeth against the horizon, she found him. A small boy, Ren, huddled behind a shattered plinth, his face streaked with soot and tears, his eyes reflecting the inferno around him. Aiko knelt, her glowing presence a stark contrast to the surrounding devastation. She offered a hand, not of flesh, but of something far older, something forged in starlight and sworn to protect. "I will get you out of here," she promised, her voice a calm melody amidst the cacophony of destruction. "Stay close to me," Ren, seeing the impossible light in her eyes, nodded and took her hand. His small fingers wrapped around hers, a fragile anchor in a sea of flames. Together, they navigated the treacherous maze of the dying city. Streets that once bustled with life were now rivers of fire. Towers that had scraped the heavens now bowed and collapsed in roaring defeat. The world was a symphony of chaos, but Aiko was its conductor. She moved with an unnatural grace, her steps sure even as the ground buckled beneath them. From the shadows, desperate and maddened by the cataclysm, survivors turned scavengers loosed arrows. 3 found their mark, embedding themselves deep in Aiko's back. But instead of blood, they drew light. Each arrowhead became a miniature sun, flaring with golden energy as she instinctively shielded Ren, her body a living bulwark against the darkness. The boy looked up at her, awestruck and terrified, as the light from her wounds painted a halo around them. They finally reached the main gate, the last bastion between ruin and survival. But it was no longer a gate. It was a corridor of pure flame, a raging, impassable tunnel of fire. The heat was a physical blow, and despair began to creep back into Ren's heart. Aiko gently let go of his hand and stepped forward. She raised her arms, the golden cracks on her skin blazing with an intensity that outshone the inferno itself. This was her purpose, the reason for her existence. She was a guardian, and her power was ancient, elemental. With a silent command that echoed through the very fabric of reality, she bent the flames. The roaring wall of fire parted, twisting and curling back on itself, creating a perfect, shimmering tunnel of clear air. It was a miracle, a defiance of nature born from a sacred vow. "Go," she urged, her voice strained but steady. "Don't look back." Ren hesitated for only a second before running. He sprinted through the impossible corridor, the heat a harmless pressure on either side. Once he was clear, the flames crashed back together with a deafening roar. Beyond the city's smoldering corpse, in the quiet embrace of the encroaching wilderness, Aiko collapsed onto a large, cool stone. The arrows in her back had turned to dust. The brilliant light that animated her was fading, the golden cracks dimming like a setting sun. Her mission was complete. Her vow was fulfilled. She watched as Ren, a small, resilient figure, disappeared into the safety of the deep green forest. As the last sliver of her light flickered and died, the world fell into the quiet peace of twilight. The Guardian's watch was over. Thank you for watching, and if this story moved you, Please consider subscribing for more tales from Forgotten Worlds.